Here we have the outside of the Auto-Sleeper Wiltshire. As we move along, we will firstly come to the gas locker. Plenty of room for 2 gas bottles in here. You will find the regulator just here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. Mains hookup just here. Just remember that when removing the hookup lead, to push down on the blue lever just here to release it. External shower point. So pop it in and then twist it to lock it into place. You'll see that this is mixable, so if you've got hot water on, it will come out warm if you select that. Beside this, we have external TV and satellite points. To fill up the fresh water tank, it's done just here. With the motorhome, you are supplied with a direct to tap hose and a submersible pump, which can be dropped into a water container to fill up the motorhome as well. If you're going to use this, all you need to do is drop this end into the water container and then plug this bit in just here and then flap it down like so, and then make sure the 12 volt is on inside, and it will then commence filling up the fresh water tank. You can also use the direct to tap one, so a standard hose lock, and then same again, just plug it in like so and flap over. Again, you need to make sure that the 12 volt is on inside, or otherwise the solenoid behind here will not let the water in. If you're on a fully serviced pitch, you can literally leave the tap turned on, and then as you're using water, it will just constantly replenish the tank. With this particular one, do make sure when removing that you push the blue buttons in, and then it will release itself. To drain the fresh water tank down, it's just done here on the blue tap. Spare wheel in the carrier just here, and there is an air line that runs directly to that spare wheel, so there's a valve just here, so you can check the tyre pressure and top it up accordingly without having to drop the spare wheel. Grey water drain just here, so anything that goes down your plug holes goes into the holding tank and then can be drained off. This motorhome is fitted with rear corner steadies, and you can see I've already just dropped one using the winding handle. It literally just goes onto here and then wind, and then you have one in exactly the same place on the other side. Location of the Dometic cassette. So at the top here we have the header tank fill, so just push and twist to remove the cap. In here you can pop your pink flush rinse if you want to, and then top the rest up either using a watering can or a hose pipe. And then beneath that we have the actual Dometic cassette itself. To remove, just lift up on the lever and then pull towards you, and then it's just remove the cap, add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. Also empties from here. Just remember to hold the button in here just to release the vacuum. These are all now on wheels with extendable handles. As we come round to the rear, we have the reverse camera just up here. We also have the tow bar as well. Electrics just here. And then we have the bike rack. This bike rack can be lowered for easier loading, and it's just a matter of taking the winding handle and popping it in, and then just winding it to lower it. As you can see, once wound down, it drops extremely low. And if I just pull the rails down, you can see it's extremely easy now to load the bikes on. So bikes onto the rails, attach the straps through the wheels, and then attach the arms to the framework to fully secure, and then just wind it back up again. And then once wound back up again, do make sure that you put the straps round just to make it all nice and secure. As we come round, we have access underneath the rear bed. We then have the barbecue point. So this is what the barbecue adapter looks like. So attach the hose of the barbecue to this rib section here and secure it with a Jubilee clip. And then to use it, this end then plugs in to this point just here and will lock into place, and it will then allow you to turn the gas on just here. To remove the barbecue adapter, just push on the collar, push it up, and it will then release. Beside that, we have an external 3-pin socket. Flue for the Truma boiler. We do not need to do anything with this, but just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. We then have both lower and upper vents for the fridge. As you can see, we have winter covers for the fridge vents, and I just have the top one on at the moment. These need to be both on in the cold winter months. That way the fridge is only venting from the lower point, and it will then hold some heat in and run more efficiently. Secure it by using a flat-headed screwdriver. Do make sure that these are removed in the warmer summer months, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat and not run correctly. We then have the external wet locker. Above we then have the roll-out canopy. To roll it out, we need the canopy winding handle, which is just found inside of the habitation door. Hook in up the top here and then wind to remove the canopy. As you can now see, I've rolled the canopy out a short distance, and all we now need to do to drop the legs is just push in just here and then drop the leg down to the height that you require, and then snap up the grey lever just to lock the leg into place, and then do exactly the same again with the next leg, and again snap it up into place. And now we're supported, we can then continue to wind the canopy out. The canopy will come out about 2.5 meters, so roughly to when these arms are nearly straight. Never leave the canopy out in bad weather. High winds will basically get underneath the canopy and flip it over the roof. Diesel fill just here. Leisure battery. Underneath the passenger seat, and the vehicle battery located underneath the driver's seat. Jack and wheel brace just located here, and bonnet release is just here.